Did I make a mistake? You know that this channel is all about bags and things that make our hearts sing, and I love doing hauls, comparisons, reviews, unboxings. If you like content like that, please consider subscribing. I release 1 to 2 videos per week, and please drop by, say hi on Instagram, TikTok, or both. And let's just hop into today's subject, which is the Chanel 19. I purchased this Chanel 19 back, I believe, in 2021. And I got this when it was very hot. Everyone wanted it. It was really hard for me to get. I will drop the OG video below if you want to watch that. But I purchased this for myself for my birthday. So I knew I wanted a very classic Chanel. Actually, dare I say, this might be like my first Chanel bag. To be honest with you, I love bags since I was this big. However, I never purchased any Chanel bags, which to my regret, I should have started earlier when prices were way less than it is now, but too late for that. But I did purchase this one in store. I actually really liked this bag. I thought it was very me when I first saw it. I was never really into the classic flap until now. I obviously love all Chanel bags, but back then I wanted something that was crossbody. I am a crossbody girly, or at least I used to be, so I wanted to make sure it was something that would work. And then I was in my small bag era, so I wanted a size small, and I wanted it in goat skin. They did not have it. The only one they had was the lambskin one. And the only reason I got this one is the fact that I went in when someone on the waiting list never showed. So the SA was able to give this one to me. So lucky for me, I was able to get it. So it worked out really well. I love this bag for so many different reasons. It has a back pocket, so I would drop my phone back here. It just made life that much easier. I love the fact that I can hold her like this because it has a little handle. I just really like the quilted and details to this. You know, like I wouldn't say I'm a very basic, no, I am basic. I am a little basic, but I wanted something that was a little bit more fun. And I thought this is a little bit more fun than just like a classic flat type of situation. She obviously has her straps, so you can wear her crossbody, and she's a size small. So I did have Zoomoni create an insert for me to use for this bag, just to help keep its shape. Because if you don't use an insert for the leather, it can be a little bit more squishy. So if you don't fill it, it looks a little flat. However, I like that look now, but back then I wanted it to have more shape to it. So that is why I decided to use the insert with it. I haven't used this bag in a while, but I still really like it. But then recently, I was able to hold the Chanel 19 in the size medium. And I don't know, I almost wish I didn't go with a size small and I went with the size medium. So that's why I thought it'd be helpful to do a size comparison. There's the sizes side by side. So like I said, this is in a medium, which is significantly bigger. I can drop the specs up here. But again, as far as the functionality goes, it's very similar. It has a handle. The drop, I think, is a little bit longer, as you can see, only because the bag is so much bigger. But I kind of like it like this. I mean, I don't know why. I just like the fact that this is longer. But the strap is pretty much the same. It has a leather piece over here with palladium as well as gold intertwined with the leather, classic Chanel leather that goes in between. And it is comfortable to wear. I've never had any issues. I know people complain about it, but honestly, like, I find it fine. I used to wear that out all day and I never had an issue. Another reason why I love this bag so much. So I've never really been a tweed person, but this tweed is something else. Let me show you in person. Now, do you see there is the little Chanel ribbons that intertwine throughout this tweed, but you don't notice it from afar. From afar, it looks, you know, pretty basic. But then when you go up close, it says Chanel Coco. And something about that just really speaks to me. I just thought it was so unique and also a little bit more fun versus like just a classic leather kind of basic bag. Not to mention, I love the size. So the one thing I love about this is the fact that because the material is thicker, it holds its own structure. You don't necessarily need it to put a Zoomoni. I mean, it is a little bit squishy, but you don't need to put too much in here, which I honestly find better, you know what I mean, to some degree, because you don't need to worry about having those, having that extra space taken from you. So here's a base shaper. I just wanted to show you this. Does not come with a Chanel bag. However, this one you can actually purchase, you know, anywhere basically, and put it in. So it gives it more of a bottom to it, but yet it still feels squishy. And I'm just really into the whole squishy. And I imagine myself wearing this bag like a pillow, like a clutch. I'm just holding her like a baby, and I just feel like it makes it so fun to hold it like this. And the color just looks so good when you're holding it. This one is lined with leather, and there is a Chanel back pocket. Inside is canvas, right? And it has a back pocket too. So, I mean, as far as functionality and everything, pretty much the same. This is a small, this is a medium. Small actually fits a good amount, but this one you can actually carry your iPad mini if you wanted to, although I think you can put it in that one too. So when it comes to what can actually fit, it honestly both fits a lot. This one just can fit a little bit more. Like, let me just show you a quick example. If I wanted to carry my iPad mini, pocket agenda, Louis Vuitton agenda, she still has a ton of room. So that gives you an idea of how much the mini can fit. I probably wouldn't stuff her because, you know, it's a Chanel bag, but this is like a good amount without it feeling overwhelmingly heavy. I would not put this in the small just because it would take up way too much room. So I can show you. Yeah. So an iPad would fit in here too, but it is a tighter squeeze. I would not recommend the iPad for the size small, but you can definitely put it in the medium. So if you were someone that wanted that extra space to use it for like casual work sort of situation, you could even throw a clip in here as well as like all your other, you know, usual handbag essentials. It'll fit perfectly and it will close perfectly. And that is how the medium works. So again, I know for the Chanel 19s, they're now a classic in the Chanel world, meaning that they'll always have 19s, and they have seasonal colors still that come in, and I still have their classics. So you can always go to Chanel and get those as far as I'm aware. So my question is, did I make a mistake? Should I have gotten something a little bit more fun? So this is more fun yet classic, but I just love this medium size. I don't know though, I go through these stages where I love a good tiny bag, and then I go through a phase where I love the large bag. So I feel like this is the in between. You can't really go wrong. So I just thought this would be helpful if you're deciding, like, is the small better for you or is the medium size better for you? Also, you know, like, how do you purchase and things like that. I think when I purchased my Chanel bag new, that was, I want to say it was 4,500-ish. Was it 4,500-ish? Somewhere around there. I don't remember. It was a while ago, but somewhere. Here is the pricing today, which I think is a lot more than what it used to be. This one is from Reunited Luxury, and it looks brand new. Like, there's still little covers on the back zipper here. I'm pretty sure whoever had this bag previously never used it, and I can get this for way less than retail, but basically a new bag. So I always say, go pre-love. It's the way to go, especially in 2025 plus, just because things are getting so expensive. I used to buy a lot from boutiques. I would say 2020 below, 2021 still a little bit, just because I felt like although prices were high, it was reasonable. I mean, designer, you guys know designer prices are always going to be higher because you're paying for a designer. It's really relevant and subjective. However, designer prices are just more. But I felt personally that back in 2020, around that time frame, bags were decently priced. But back then I felt like the prices were more fair. Versus now, I just think the prices have gone 30%, sometimes 40% more. And I just don't think it's worth it anymore. Like, I don't really care what kind of brand it is. I think it's, unless it's something that is super hard to find, very unique, and something that I just can't not have, I just won't get it from boutique. I will go pre-love 100%. So this one from United Luxury is just so good, and it looks basically new. So I guess my question is, should I let go of my small to swap in for medium, add a medium, keep the small? I don't know, which route would you go? And what size do you guys like more? Can you let me know in the comments below? Do you guys prefer a small or a medium? And if you guys were to pick up the 19, are you more classic or you want something fun like this? There's another one of these I really like, and it's this one over here. I can find that one pre-love. I can look on like Reunited's lives, or sometimes I know they have a lot of good Chanel bags often. If I can find that one, I actually probably most likely would let go of my small 19, swap it out with that one, because that is just so fun. And as much as I loved like the classic bags back then, I just love a good fun bag now. I want to collect all the fun bags if I could. And that is pretty much it. Just wanted to do a quick little comparison, get your thoughts, see what you guys think, and hopefully if you guys are looking for a 19 and you're trying to decide which size is best for you, this video was helpful. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.